soldiers marching through the woods, so he gives the signal, and his men block the path. So the soldiers panic as boulders start falling from the cliff, killing hundreds of them in an instant. They fall into ruse traps, and the goblins take them out, but their leader gathers the survivors, ordering them to build a wall, so they use the stones to shield themselves, as the mages use magic to fight back. Rue thinks the leader is impressive, realizing he needs to change his tactics because they're struggling to defeat the humans. He orders Kichi to capture the leader, so he charges in with his men, as the mages try to stop them, but they're able to get close, and they start slaughtering the humans. Kichi clashes with the leader, who tries his best to fight back, but he ends up getting captured, and his army gets wiped out. We see the prisoners talking about Rue, thinking they're about to rot in jail, but we see that the leader has joined them, and he tells them to calm down. They recognize him, knowing his name is Crowback, and they know he's just a commoner, so they refuse to listen to him. Rue starts interrogating Crowback, asking him why the humans are trying to invade the forest. So he reveals that the princess of their kingdom is suffering from an incurable disease, and they're trying to look for the secret medicine of the elves, thinking it could heal the princess. But Rue thinks the humans are greedy, knowing they just want to heal her because she's engaged to an emperor. We cut to Gobi, as she discovers a hot spring, so Rue builds a bath for everyone, and they take the time to relax. The next day, Rue decides to train the prisoners, wanting to improve their combat ability, so he makes them participate in mock battles. We see Sei and Mio ordering the prisoners to fight, as Rue notes that they're capable commanders. Crowback fights against a skeleton, but he thinks it's too weak, and he challenges Rue to a fight. So he uses an ability to buff Crowback, saying he will need it to survive, and Rue completely destroys him, smashing him against the ground. Rue heals him, but Kichi also wants to fight him, so they start pummeling each other, and everyone's impressed by their fighting spirit. After that, Crowback reveals that he grew up surrounded by demi-humans, and he thinks Rue is amazing, because he was able to gather everyone in the village. Crowback wants to serve him, so he removes his collar, ordering him to train Rebellia, because he wants her to get stronger. Rue meets the chief, revealing that 3 of his prisoners are injured, and the chief decides to accept them. Rue asks him about the secret medicine, knowing it can cure all illnesses, and the chief reveals that he gave it to Rue earlier, telling him not to let the humans have it. He decides to try it, and he gains an ability called Medicine Blood, so he decides to use his blood on one of the prisoners, and he instantly recovers, as Rue notes that the skill is overpowered. The next evening, we see a human commander enjoying a cup of tea, when Rue's spear suddenly hits him, blowing a hole into his body. The spear activates,